Some heavy-hitting Democrats in the U.S. House making a visit to Rhode Island today for a discussion about offshore wind. I'm Shannon Heggie.
I'm Mike Montecalvo. Our Hannah Cotter caught up with them about the latest in this week's election news. Hannah?
Congressman Seth Magaziner hosted several Democratic members of Congress at the University of Rhode Island Friday for an educational session about offshore wind. Lawmakers heard about the state's experience and asked questions about how it could be utilized in their own communities. While they were here, we asked Democratic lawmakers about this busy week in national politics. Just 5 days ago, President Biden announced that he was dropping out of the presidential race and endorsing Vice President Kamala Harris. While she has yet to clinch the official nomination, Democrats have harnessed momentum for the VP as she looks to defeat former President Trump in November.
I was proud to support President Biden, equally proud to support Vice President Harris, and I'm very excited for us to unify and move forward.
A New York Times Siena poll from Thursday shows Trump leading Harris 48% to 47% among likely voters. Something Democratic lawmakers tell us is encouraging.
Her approval rating had a big bounce, like favorability, looked good, so real improvement and real possibility for more upside.
She just started this process.
She just started.
The support for Vice President Harris is encouraging, and it's wonderful. Also, polls do not vote. People vote.
We'll have more on why these representatives were here in the first place coming up at 6. Reporting in Kingston, Hannah Cotter, 12 News.
Some high-profile Democratic members of Congress visited Rhode Island today to learn more about the state's offshore wind projects. Hannah Cotter has more on the congressional visit from Kingston. Hannah?
Lawmakers heard about the benefits of offshore wind from local energy leaders, professors, and fishermen, as well as some of their concerns.
In New York State,
panelists outlined their experience switching to renewable energy and highlighted the work being done at Block Island Wind and Revolution Wind.
We trained 173 workers in less than 6 months' time.
They also addressed concerns about how the industry could affect commercial fishing and marine life.
Fishermen can figure out how to fish in a wind farm, but it's the operation changes that they have to make to their gear and their boats and their everyday operations with their staff and how to make that work.
12 News asked attending members of Congress about concerns that have been raised after pieces of a damaged wind turbine washed ashore in Nantucket Beach earlier this month. Does the incident with Vineyard Wind give you pause about the industry's expansion?
The situation with Vineyard Wind needs to be taken seriously, but the good news is that it is one offshore wind development, one company, and one supplier that built the blade, and that supplier is not building the blades for offshore wind projects here in Rhode Island.
Every day, somewhere in America, some aspect of our fossil fuel infrastructure is exploding or failing or spilling. Not to trivialize anything that has gone wrong with big hunks of fiberglass ending up on beaches and things like that. We should get to the bottom of that. We should take it seriously. But it's a great example of how in the clean energy space, when things go wrong, it is far less catastrophic for people and the environment.
The company that builds Vineyard Wind's turbine says that failure was caused by a, quote, material or manufacturing deviation, and said it plans to re-inspect all 150 offshore wind blades that were produced at that plant. Reporting in Kingston, I'm Hannah Cotter, 12 News.